What if Tensura? Frozen Love, Rimuru x Velzard, by Rimuru 6360 Love Who? Quote. That one person. Who is that person? Tell me who. The one whose destiny entangled with mine to the point of existing as one. Existing as one? Is this even possible? But who will love you that much other than me? Tell me. Fufu, is this even a question, my wifey? Wife? You have gotten married even though you have me. I will kill her. I will drive her into madness. You can't, she is already mad. Madly in love with me. Madly in love for what? For love. Why? What is the reason? To be loved. By whose permission? By love. Chapter 21. Walpurgis Part 1. Rimuru, she arrived. Wait for at least 10 minutes, I replied to Ramirez as I saw her flying anxiously with my universal perception. Well, in all the manga that I have read, the main character always comes late. What? Come fast. I ignored her as I'm thinking about which method should I use to kill Clayman. Veldora, Benimaru, we are leaving. Hi, Rimuru-sama. I call both of them as I walked toward Ramirez's room. She looked anxious for some reason. You finally came. Yep, I said cheerfully, then my eyes landed on the maid standing near her. She is pretty strong, stronger than Benimaru. She is at least at the level of the demoness trio. Her master should be pretty strong. But why is she staring at me? Is she blushing? Ramirez-sama, Rimuru-sama. Let's go. Lead the way, I replied to her in a cold voice. As I enter the room, nearly all the demon lords are already present here except for Milam and Clayman. The demon lords tensed up as they sensed Veldora's aura. I enjoyed their reaction, but it didn't show on my face. Because I put up an expressionless face from the start and didn't want to drop it. But that doesn't mean I didn't notice them. They are quite interesting, to be honest. Yeah, interesting to the point it is quite unbelievable. Like a demon lord is acting as a servant and another one is sleeping. Ramirez immediately flies toward a red-haired person. I think his name is Guy. I can guess all their names other than the maid. De Gruel is sitting peacefully in his seat. And, is he carrying behind Demon Lord Frey in the lion mask? Answer. Master is correct. What a dude, but I'm glad that he is still alive. That means our speculation was right, but I'm a little curious now. What is Milam planning? Master, don't think too much about it. We will find out soon anyway. You are right, Seal. I am just worried about her. Semicolon. I know. Third person Pav. All the attention shifted toward Rimuru as he enters the room. His silver-ish blue hair is glittering in the light, golden color eyes that are emitting a cold glow, and a beautiful and charming face that can bewitch both men and females. Benimaru and Veldora are closely following him as he entered the meeting room. A pin-drop silence spread across the room. Nobody dares to utter a word. They felt like they will ruin the atmosphere if they utter a word. Rimuru's cold face looks extremely beautiful as he entered the room. His cold eyes look uninterested, like there is not anyone worth his time. He only gazes at them once and started to walk toward a certain blonde-haired demon lord without any hesitation or fear. Leon Cromwell, the demon lord Shizu mentioned, Rimuru muttered to himself quietly, but everyone present in the room heard it because of their highly enhanced senses. Leon tilted his head towards Rimuru as his cold blue eyes met with Rimuru's golden eyes. Rimuru Tempest. Shizu is dead. Leon greeted him, but Rimuru didn't even bother to reply to him. He directly told him about Shizu's death without any emotion in his words. She is the one who rejected Ifrit, Leon defended himself. This is rare for Leon to defend himself. Generally, he didn't feel bothered by anyone, but for some reason, he didn't want to provoke Rimuru. She asked me to give you this. Rimuru didn't beat around the bush as he pushes his hand a little back and punched Leon directly in the face without holding back. Boom! Rimuru didn't use any additional energy or method to increase his power. He solely uses his physical power. But for someone like Leon, it's very hard to resist this much power without any barrier or defensive skill. As a result, Leon got badly injured. Even after knowing just how powerful that punch was, he didn't even try to defend himself against it. Like he was punishing himself. Reflecting on his mistakes and his selfish wish. Rimuru's eyes wavered slightly for a moment as he turned around and started to walk towards his seat. I already know, that's why you are still alive. The cold voice sent a chill down many people's spines as their bodies flinched slightly. The atmosphere tensed up, and the air started to feel heavy. Ramirez, who was chatting with Guy, stopped and looked at Rimuru with wide eyes. I told him not to attract attention, she thought in her head, but after seeing other reactions, she sighed in relief. The power and attitude Rimuru shows have proven that he is not someone they can easily mess with. So nobody pressed the matter further. Of course, that doesn't count Leon's two subordinates. They tightly gripped their swords as they started to pour fighting spirit inside the blades. The moment Rimuru sits in his chair, they both launched themselves towards Rimuru at full speed. But Rimuru didn't even bother to look toward them as he leisurely leaned back in his chair. Stop, Leon coldly ordered his subordinates. He felt fear that he would lose his two subordinates if he didn't stop them at the correct moment. The two blades stop in their tracks a meter away from Rimuru's neck. Tilting his head slightly, Rimuru looked at both of them. His cold eyes dimly lit up and a shiver ran down both of their spines. For the first time since he entered the room, a small smile crept onto his face. Do you not fear death? Rimuru asked them with a smile on his face. He is genuinely happy after seeing their loyalty towards their master. The trust and bond. But Rimuru only meets with silence. They didn't utter a single word. They didn't dare to. Their backs turned cold as they glanced at the blade that is only a millimeter away from Alrose's neck. Rimuru signaled Benimaru to let them go. Seeing Rimuru's signal, Benimaru sheathed his katana and returned to his original position as if nothing happened. In the meantime, Leon's body healed itself. He didn't say anything. He only signaled his subordinates to stand behind him as he sits in his seat without any complaints. Looks like Clayman is on his deathbed for sure, Guy said while closing his eyes and leaning backward in his chair. Clayman's life expectancy has run out. Ramirez didn't let the chance slip to brag about her new friend. All the other demon lords just nodded silently. Shizu, I fulfilled all my promises, Rimuru thought as a small smile again appeared on his cold face. A warm feeling entered his body as he remembered Shizu's smiling face. He closed his eyes and leaned into his chair. From the other side of the room, a very cold and deathly aura started to spread. All the present people's scalps went numb as they felt the aura. But Rimuru didn't even bother to open his closed eyes. Why? That's the only thought that appeared inside Velzard's head. After seeing the small smile on Rimuru's face, her heart turned extremely cold as she shot a deathly glare at him. Did our past mean nothing to him? Did he feel nothing after seeing me? Did he even see me? He didn't even bother to look at me. Why am I the only one feeling this miserable? How can he smile this sweetly? Why he is so happy and I'm still holding on to him? Many thoughts started to appear inside Velzard's head. She is feeling mixed emotions. I hate it. I hate it. Hate it. I absolutely hate this feeling. Happiness, sadness, anger, hatred, sorrow. There are negative feelings more than positive ones. You made me like this. This is all your fault. Her mind went numb. As her heart started to ache, her very soul started to shudder. The pain that he gives her is more painful than she expected. The hollow hole that was left in her heart. She misses him so much to the point that she was about to go mad. But at the same time, she hated him so much that she didn't want to even hear his name. Her mind and heart conflicted with each other. Her heart and body want him, his love, his care, his attention, all of him. But her mind wants to kill him. The moment her eyes lay on him, her mind is telling her to kill him. He, the reason for her misery. The reason for her suffering. The reason for her pain. The sorrow that she felt that day is still fresh in her mind to this day. Feeling overwhelming emotions inside her, Velzard stops the time. Without permission, only a handful of people can enter this space. The world of Grey. And a mighty figure who can move freely even inside this space is Demon Lord Guy Crimson. Guy was startled at first as he felt the time was stopped suddenly. But he quickly gets his composure back as he finds that Velzard is the one who stopped the time. He turned backward as his eyes looked at Velzard. A grim expression appeared on his face as he saw Velzard's condition. Chapter 22. Walpurgis Part 2. A very, very long time ago, after massacring the two nations, a demon awakened as a demon lord and the world got its very first, true demon lord, a being recognized by the world itself. And in the future, he got the name Guy Crimson. He felt immense power in himself, as though he could easily crush anyone. Not even his rival, Noir, was his opponent anymore. In a fit of excitement and arrogance, he challenged the strongest being alive, Veldanava. The god that created his very world. The mighty force, an unshakable mountain. As a result, he got utterly crushed by Veldanava. After his defeat against Veldanava, Guy felt a very strange feeling after losing. And that was satisfaction. He got utterly defeated by Veldanava. His pride got crushed. He wasn't even able to make a little scratch on his body, but even so, he felt satisfied. I lost. You can kill me. I'm very satisfied right now. So he willingly admitted defeat. A demon who put his pride aside after losing. One who has a sense of pride but also knows when to put it aside. His action got recognized by the world. As a result, his unique skill pride evolved into an ultimate skill prideful King Lucifer. Again he felt immense power, but this time he knows this little power is worth nothing against the being that is standing in front of him. Are you willing to work for me? Veldanava asked him. Work. He pondered about this for a while as a small smile appeared on his face. Why not? I have nothing to do anyway. He accepted his offer with a smile. From that day, he got recognized as a mediator. He will judge humanity and the other races in this world in Veldanava's place. He will watch over the world that he created. And so Guy started to watch over the world until one day he meets her. Velzard, the Ice Empress and the second, true dragon, to ever live. The little sister of Veldanava. Third person Pav. The whole world stopped. Sound, light, and even time stopped moving. In other words, the world has entered the state of a suspended world. But even in this frozen world, some entities are not affected in the slightest, and one of them that wasn't affected by this phenomenon is Mana's Seal, the entity that suppressed the realm of ultimate skills. As a Mana's, she is at the apex of her evolution, a being who can function freely even in a suspended world. That's just how terrifying her existence is. Earlier, when Velzard released the slightest killing intent, Seal detected it and started to take action against her. She was very cautious toward Velzard and she was glad that she saw this coming. Hostility detected. Taking precautions. Activating, analysis and access. Successful. Seal didn't waste her time. Without missing a beat, she started analysis and access at its full potential. Analyzing the suspended world. Emergency response mode has been created. Activating, emergency response mode. Successful. Huh. Wow, what happened? My body isn't moving. The time has stopped. The world has entered the suspended state. The analysis and access are running at full potential. It will take a while for the master's body to adjust to this world. Semicolon, semicolon, exclamation mark, question mark. What's with this bloodlust? Who is showing such deep hatred towards me? Rimuru also felt the intense killing intent and bloodlust coming toward him. Wait, isn't it her? Velzard, the second, true dragon, the big sister of Veldora. Master is correct. Oh my, this person. I know that he is strong, but to think he can move freely in the suspended world. Negative. Guy Crimson is a strong individual, but he was only able to enter the suspended world because he has analyzed this phenomenon a long time ago. So you are saying that anybody can move in a suspended world as long as they finished analyzing this phenomenon? Not entirely. Even an individual who has skills related to time stop can enter this world. Not to mention someone like Velzard didn't need to analyze this phenomenon, nor did she need any skill. She can forcefully enter the suspended world. Okay, so except for Guy and Velzard, nobody can move in this suspended world, correct? Semicolon, semicolon, ... I'm not sure, but among the people here, I think Milam can also move in this suspended world. You are correct. She is called Dragon Princess for certain reasons after all. That aside, how are we talking to each other and how in the world I'm conscious? Master was able to regain his consciousness because I'm manipulating information particles. As for me, I'm a Manas and time does not affect me. Great, it seems that information particles aren't affected by time and space. We can move by transforming a spiritual body into a digital life form. We can converse naturally as if it is happening instantly, but Velzard and Guy had a little lag. Why? I am a part of the Master, so I am not affected by time at all. And I have completed the analysis to evolve. Evolution to digital life form. Yes or no? Do you even need to ask that? Guy always felt safe around Velzard. For him, she is like a ray of light in the darkness. She always gives him a sense of security. From the time when he first met Velzard to this day, he always thought that she was invincible. She is the little sister of the god that created this whole universe, after all. She is very strong. Guy Crimson knows this since their first encounter. From their first battle, Guy gave his all in their first battle. He didn't dare to hold back against her, even going as far as to use his ultimate skill Lucifer at its maximum potential. He used everything that he had in the battle. Nuclear magic, napalm burst. Guy uses his strongest magic spell without any restraint and tens of fire dragons surrounded Velzard, but magic alone is not enough to hurt someone like Velzard, so Guy also added a layer of his ultimate skill, energy into the magic. Fire magic. Fufu, you know I'm called Ice Empress for a reason, Velzard replied while giggling slightly, and with a slight movement from her hand, the dragons got frozen. The fire dragons got frozen in ice. That's how terrifying Velzard's power is. Magic didn't work against her, so Guy decided to use his newly acquired ultimate skill, but the result was error. Unable to analyze. Impossible to copy. His magic, which he was so proud of, was destroyed by a slap from the back of her hand. Ultimate skills, which are considered the apex of skills, got crushed by the flicker of her soft hand. She is a monster, or so Guy thought. He used every ounce of his strength, but she playfully countered them with a smile. From their first unforgettable meeting to this day, Guy has never seen Velzard lose, not a single time. Be it a fight or her temper, Velzard always remains calm. Not once in the last 2,000+ years that he has spent with her has he seen her lose her temper. She has perfect control over her emotions. The only time she got irritated a little was when Veldora rampaged mindlessly. She finds Veldora's rampaging a little irritating, nothing more. But what he saw now shook him to the core. For a second, he didn't even believe his own eyes. A very grim expression appeared on his always calm face. The invincible Velzard is acting like a heartbroken teenage girl. Tears are flowing freely from her eyes. Her hair is a total mess, but the reason for Guy's grim expression was Velzard's emotionless face. The chaotic emotion that he can feel from her. And the bloody aura that surrounded her whole body. Even Guy didn't dare to move carelessly. This is the first time that Guy has seen her like this. Lost in rage, hatred, and grief. For real, Guy thought with a pale face. For Guy, this is the worst possible scenario, a rampaging Velzard. He didn't even dare to imagine it. Cold sweat started to pour from his body as he felt the intense rage and killing intent. But the good thing is the killing intent is aimed at another person, and not him. Guy turned his face a little as his eyes met with glowing golden eyes with a hint of red, devoid of any emotion. This guy, he is the cause of trouble, Guy thought with a troubled mind. To add salt to his wound, the person is not moving. Guy is not even sure if he can't move or doesn't want to move. But he is more concerned about what he will do if Velzard starts to rampage. There is no way he can stop her alone, and there isn't anyone other than himself who can move in time stop. He is not sure about Milam, but she is not even here. TCH, she is in Clayman's domain. After thinking about it for a while, Guy decided to wait for Velzard to make a move first. He didn't want to make her his enemy, after all. Why is he here? Why after so many years? It has been more than 2,000 years. Why now? Is he coming here to make fun of me? To see my pathetic state? Did he come here to see just how miserable I am? Many negative thoughts come into my mind within a few seconds. A sharp pain penetrated my head as I clutched my head tightly with both of my hands. Arg! My head is going to explode. Kill him! Kill him! Kill him! Kill him! Kill him! Shut up! Kill him! Kill him! I said shut up! I don't want to hear your voice. Kill, scram! I shouted in my head as loud as I could, and finally, the voice stopped. I opened my eyes slowly, and the first thing I saw was his cold eyes. How heartless of you, Satoru. Kill him. Yeah, you are right. I should kill him. I summoned my mythical grade sword as I moved toward him. He is the cause of all of my suffering. It is justified even if I kill him. As an experienced fighter, I unconsciously, out of habit, attacked his vital organs with my sword. In the blink of an eye, my sword penetrated his defense. I thrust my sword slightly as the blade pierced his body and entered 1 inch inside his heart. What? What am I doing? What the hell is wrong with me? What am I even doing, attacking a motionless body? How can I attack a motionless body? It's a different matter if he was my enemy. Is he even my enemy? Will I be able to even consider him as my enemy? More importantly, how can I hurt him? My hands started to tremble as I snapped out of my thoughts. Tears started to flow from my eyes. My heart breaks into a million pieces as I saw his wound. Even though he isn't moving, Nor does he have any defense, he is just a motionless and defenseless person. Even a weakling could kill him right now. But I can't kill him. I didn't have the courage to kill him. How pathetic. I'm miserable. Chapter 23. The Suspended World. What the hell? I mean, what is wrong with her? This bloodlust is no joke. She looked fine a moment ago, but now. Holy. Alert. The evolution into a digital life form has been completed. Yeah. I can feel it, but it is highly recommended to not move. Don't cut me while I'm talking, and for your knowledge, even if I want to move, I don't think I can. My instincts are telling me not to move and even seal San. I looked toward her as she also looked towards me. Shit. We made eye contact. I can't let her know that I can move otherwise. Velzard's eyes turned extremely cold as she looked at me, and then a terrifying aura started to appear in her hand. Holy shit. What with the mythical grade sword? Not to mention the aura around her changed slightly. It became even more dangerous. She started to move toward me and my mind stopped working. Nervous. First time in my life I'm feeling this frightened. Veldora didn't even have a fraction of the power that her sister possessed. In the blink of an eye, the sword broke my defenses, and the sword penetrated my chest. Arg! This pain. Huff huff. It's like my soul is about to tear apart. Destroyed into millions of fractions. I want to scream. I want to shout one, but I can't. She is too strong for me to handle alone, not to mention that Guy is also here. It doesn't matter how strong I am, I can't handle those two people at the same time. How pathetic. I'm miserable. Excuse me, miss, but I'm the one miserable here. Your sword literally killed me. And why is she crying? I'm the one who should cry here. For a sigh. I'm glad she finally stopped. I thought I would be a goner for a while. Soon after she held herself, time started to flow again. Phew. She is insane, a little too much. But why did she attack me of all people? Did I look that horrible? No, it can't be. Even the cold-hearted Hanada followed me all day. How can I look horrible? Did I look like someone she used to know? Now that I think about it, maybe it's true. As the time started to flow again, Velzard didn't waste her time. She teleported back to her place. I think she lives in the ice continent. Silence filled the whole room. Everybody present here is a strong person. I'm pretty sure they also felt it. After a while, Guy broke the silence with a heavy sigh. 2 inches sigh. How am I supposed to return home now? Guy said with a grim expression as he sighed heavily. I see he is really good at pissing people. You bastard. I nearly died there and you are worried about how you will return home. How about I will give you a lift with a punch? Don't worry, I'm confident that you will reach the ice continent with my one punch. I unleashed all of my anger on him as he looked surprised for a moment, but then his expression changed into that of anger. You bastard, you can move in suspended world, no more important than that. What did you do to Velzard? Why was she this furious? It's like she has gone insane. And as for your offer, no, I can return home myself, but how am I supposed to live there? His voice is shaking with anger and fear as he looked at me with a hateful look. What I did to her? I want to ask her myself what I did to her. This is my first time meeting her. I ignored the second question. I took all my anger out on him. But he is right. He lived with Velzard. How he is supposed to live in the same castle as her if she is in this bad mood? Fufu. I feel a little bit of pity toward him. Suddenly I feel a little fortunate. You bastard. He wants to add something, but I can't let him overpower me. 2 inches, you red demon. Did you want to fight? I'm not sure about Velzard, but I'm confident in beating you. 2. I threatened him with an icy cold voice as I looked at him with a fierce gaze. And he just gave me a smug look like saying, I dare you to touch me. Is he that confident in himself? My emotion got better of me as a huge pressure formed inside the room with the aura that my body released. Third person POV, the whole room filled with a deadly aura full of killing intent. All the demon lords tensed up. They didn't expect Rimuru to be on par with Guy. Even his aura feels heavier than Guy's. Guy's patience also broke as he also released his aura. He is the strongest demon lord. How can he show any weakness in front of other demon lords? Rain's sharp eyes looked toward Benimaru as she tried to gauge his power. She can tell that Benimaru is an experienced fighter with a lot of hidden tricks and trump cards under his belt. Not to mention the Storm Dragon is also here. If a fight really broke out, then no, how can she even think that his master will lose? Barrier upon barrier started to appear around Rimuru and Guy as all the demon lords backed off. They can't even stand the aura that those two are releasing. Of course, there are two exceptions, Veldora and Degrul. Rain and Benimaru looked at each other with an intense gaze as they both prepared themselves to engage in a long battle. Veldora felt a little left out because of the lack of opponents. So he tried to open his mouth. But not a word came out of his mouth. He can't move his mouth. His skills are not working. All the connections other than soul corridors got cut off. In another word, the time has stopped again. Not only Veldora but even Guy felt a little surprised. You bastard, take this. Rimuru launched himself at Guy without any hesitation as he summoned his newly evolved mythical class katana. The slim black-colored katana gives off a rainbow color luster as Rimuru injects his turn null into it. Ting! The katana made contact with another sword, giving out the same color of luster but more intense. Ting! 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 3 in the blink of an eye, millions of moves were exchanged. After the brief confrontation, they both stopped for a moment. This confrontation made it clear that Guy has a better sword and he has a lot of experience compared to Rimuru. While on the other hand, Rimuru has more brute strength and energy. You bastard, you are still holding back. Oh yeah, and you are giving your all. Both of their words and swords clashed with each other in a rather intense way. Rimuru decided to go to the extreme. He increased the amount of turn null with Seal Sand's auto battle mode helping him. Sensing the power change in Rimuru katana, Guy didn't dare to hold back. Rimuru looked a little too confident when he said he can beat him, and looking at his power he was not joking, or rather he has some sort of trump card. Without wasting his time, he also coated his sword with his ultimate skill energy. Ting! 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 Just because of a few words, the fight was intensified to another level. Neither of them is willing to back off. No, their pride will not let them. This bastard! He was fighting like an amateur a while ago, but now, Guy cursed silently in his head as he blocked the one-sided assault of Rimuru. He can't read Rimuru at all. His face is expressionless and his eyes were cold. On the other hand, he was holding back his power, but to think this much, even now he is fighting evenly against Seal Sand. 2 feet, this person is troublesome. Ting! 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 Slashes after slashes, cut after cut. The sword didn't stop clashing even for a while. Boom! The energy released by the swords was too much for the barrier made by Rimuru and Guy to handle. The barrier was special in itself, made purely out of information particles. Crack! Notice, the first, second, and third layer of the barrier is destroyed. Further energy release will only break the other barrier. What? The third layer? Isn't each layer consisting of at least 1,000 layers? Answer: positive. Positive my ass. Stop the battle. Rimuru shouted, panicked. He didn't want to hurt Veldora and Benimaru after all. You useless demon. Stop. Do you want to kill everyone present here? One Rimuru shouted as he stopped his katana at his track, but Guy was not prepared to stop immediately. He didn't expect Rimuru to ask him to suddenly stop after all. Boom! Both of them clashed for the last time. Crack! And a large crack appeared on the last layer of barrier that fortunately Guy puts before the battle. Seeing the crack, Rimuru immediately releases the time stop so at least others can protect themselves. If they were fast enough. Chapter 24. Useless Demon. The time started to flow again, and the chaos befell in the quiet room. All the demon lords and their attendants were shocked beyond words, with the only exception being Veldora, Guy, and Rimuru. The first one to move was Veldora. Without wasting any moment, Veldora uses his ultimate skill, Faust's sub-skill probability manipulation, and started to suppress the energy with his raw strength. This is the best he can do because he didn't know how to suppress energy. Rimuru was dumbfounded at the fast action of Veldora. How did he react this fast? Rimuru thought silently as he looked at Veldora with a proud face. Hey, stop looking at me. I'm barely holding this chunk of energy with my skill, Veldora complained because nobody was helping him. Rimuru was the first one to get out of his stupor as he used Soul Devourer and isolated all the energy into his imaginary space. Everybody sighed heavily as the energy lump disappeared. But mostly all of them were confused. How did the lump of energy suddenly appear in front of them? As everybody returned to their seats, they all looked at Guy for an answer and their eyes nearly fell out of their sockets. Guy Crimson, one of the strongest demon lords, has bruises and cuts all over his body. But there is a noticeable wound on his left hand, a big scar. They all look toward Rimuru. To their surprise, he also has cut marks on his body, not as bad as Guy though. The room is also not in a good condition. There are signs of battle and destruction. In the blink of an eye, All of Rimuru's wounds got healed, but, you little slime bastard, why aren't these wounds healing? Guy growled at Rimuru with an expression that is hard to read. Little. That's funny, one of the strongest demon lords got cuts all over his body from a little slime. Rimuru replied to him with a mocking smile as he looked very pleased after seeing wounds all over Guy's body. You were saying like you were any better, flustered Guy replied instantly as he glared at Rimuru with his sharp crimson eyes. You were wrong. You were only able to make 6 small scratches over my body, and as you can see they healed almost instantly. As for you, you only got lucky. If the barrier wasn't destroyed by the energy discharges and pressure created by the swords, you would have been dead by now. Rimuru replied to him coldly as his eyes narrowed dangerously. Dead? You must be dreaming. I wasn't even fighting with you seriously. It's true Guy only used one of the ultimate skills. He also has other copied ultimate skills that he didn't use in the battle, but... Ha! Like I was fighting seriously. To be honest, I didn't even use my ultimate skill in the battle, and I have more than 2 ultimate skills. 3. The same can be said for Rimuru. He also only used Seal in the battle to cover his lack of experience in a battle. Quote. Other demon lords were rather surprised by the revelation, as they looked at Rimuru with shocked eyes. Is it okay to reveal this important information? They all already have guessed that Rimuru and Guy fought with one another in Time Stop, but they aren't sure who stopped the time. So they were all listening earnestly, hoping to find out some info. Rimuru-sama, is it fine to tell all the people about your skills? Benimaru asked, bewildered. It is rare for Rimuru to reveal the information about his skills after all. Ha, Tilda, don't worry. They all have only one ultimate skill or abilities comparable to an ultimate skill other than this red demon. He also has more than 2 ultimate skill like me, but don't worry about it, he is just a useless demon. Rimuru replied to Benimaru like it was nothing, and everybody was already aware of this information, but no, they are not, and as expected the room again entered the silent mode. This newbie is dangerously strong and analytical. 5. Just as Guy was about to reply to Rimuru, he continued. Ah, but there is an expectation. The vampire maid over there didn't have an ultimate skill. 12. Oh. And don't add that bird and carrion, they aren't awakened demon lords after all. 1. Luminous and Fry's eyes twitch as they heard the way Rimuru described them, but they didn't bring it up. 3. It is not worth making an enemy out of Rimuru just for a trivial name. But not all of them were thinking the same thing as a thick mark appeared on the certain demon head. You little do you want to die, Guy said while gritting his teeth. Useless demon. Not even Velzard has called him useless this many times in more than 2,000 years. 2 inches, hey, sang the one who wasn't even able to heal his wound. Rimuru stopped as he saw that his wound was slowly fading out. Oh, it took you a full 1 minute just to heal your wounds. He didn't let go of a single chance to mock him. He was in a bad mood because of Velzard, and for Rimuru, roasting and insulting others is the best to fix his mood. 2 inches, what kind of energy do you use? But before Guy can ask any further, misery arrived with Clayman and Milam. Seal-san analysis. Milam at full speed. Without any delay, Rimuru ordered Seal-san. The main reason why he came here was her after all. Confirmed. The analysis has been started. Notice. No curse was found, and her mental health is also stable. She is just playing controlled, positive. Rimuru's eyes turned dark as he heard Seal-san reply. She destroyed the whole animal kingdom just to play controlled. Rimuru's mood dropped again, and now he's going to humiliate Clayman before he kills him. Sigh. What do I do with this troublesome girl? 1. Milam, Clayman, and Misery looked surprised as they entered the room because the room is not in great condition. What happened here? Clayman asked, confused as his eyes wandered around the whole room. Nothing you should worry about, just a little exchange of pointers. Guy relied on him with a huge smile. He looked at Rimuru with an amused face. Oh, is that so? Well, sorry to arrive late. Clayman apologized in front of everyone just for a show, of course. As host of this Walpurgis, I hereby declared that the... And with that, Clayman didn't stop. All the demon lords are looking at him in pity, but of course, he didn't realize it. 3 inches. This slime it didn't even utter a word since I started. It is clear that he conspires against us demon lords. And that was the limit of Rimuru as he looked at Clayman with his intense gaze, penetrating his very soul. My silence doesn't mean I agree with you, it means your level of stupidity left me speechless. 4. The blunt and cold reply from Rimuru left Clayman speechless, and all others are trying very hard not to laugh. Clayman was furious beyond words but didn't dare to make a move against Rimuru. You little slime is proof I have. With that, Clayman again started to spout nonsense. Rimuru is a patient person, but he is not in a very good mood because of Velzard and Guy. He already has enough for a day. Hey, are you trying to kill me with your boring speech? If yes, then good job. I nearly fainted a while ago. I just woke up, Rimuru said as he looked at Clayman with his cold eyes. All the demon lords tensed up. They didn't want another lump of energy to suddenly appear after all. You filthy slime. He wasn't able to make a comeback, so Clayman just used his famous catchphrase. First little and now filthy. You know, people always say I don't look impressive enough, but they can't argue over how strong I am once I punch them in the face. Puff. Many chuckles and giggles filled the room as Leon looked flustered and irritated, but the punch was truly very powerful. I can't defy these words, Leon thought as he silently swallowed his little pride. I have a lot of free time, but I didn't want to waste it on you. 6 Rimuru didn't stop his tongue assaults. He keeps insulting and taunting Clayman with no end. Yan. Hey, are you done yet? Again Rimuru interrupts Clayman in his never-ending speech. Let's make it easier for all of us. Finally, not able to endure any more nonsense, Rimuru said, gaining the attention of all people. Everything you said or you are going to say is true. I confessed I'm the one who killed the human army, asked Milam to kill Carrion, and whatever you said earlier. Now, what are you going to do? Rimuru asked him aggressively as he released a little bit of his aura to intimidate Clayman even more. The way you are acting, so confidently, I'm pretty sure you have some hidden trick, don't you? At this point, Clayman's body started to tremble with fear. No, fear is a small word to describe what he truly felt. Terrified. He felt terrified to the very core. He wasn't even able to utter a single word. What a disgrace for a demon lord. With that, Rimuru leaned back into his chair and closed his eyes. Relaxing his body, he has enough of bullshit for today.